Well, good evening, Las Vegas, and good evening to the world. It's time for Vegas Unwrapped, live from the City of Entertainment, Las Vegas, Nevada. Good evening, everybody. Bobcat here, and it's time to bring the show host, Mr. Aaron Phillips, the Cash Man, Ricky Cash, and John JPEG Styles. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Bobcat. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello there.
Hello. Hello there.
Hello there.
There you go. All right.
Let's not start off like that already. Okay?
2 seconds in, and we already have just digressed.
Yeah, I'm ready to leave. Yeah.
Thank you for listening to Vegas Unwrapped here on the all-new VegasAllNetRadio.com. First show of August, the night of debates, all that good stuff. We appreciate that you've maybe taken a break from all of that stuff. Joined us no matter how you're listening to us on your computer, iPad, iPod, iPhone. What else starts with an I that they can listen to?
Tomorrow, the next day.
Tomorrow, the next day, do the podcast. You got it. Special shout out to everybody listening to us on podcast. Want to thank you for checking in tonight. Again, the first show of August. Where's this year going? Thank God July's over. Was that not like the longest month ever? I mean, it just seemed to have gone on forever. Did it not, Cash?
It was at least 31 days.
At least 31 days. It was 32. I would have gotten a new calendar.
You'd fix your watch now?
I would have fixed my watch now. Exactly.
That's what was wrong.
Right, exactly. It's too many days.
There was not enough days on the calendar to watch it.
My God. Anyway, welcome. Thank you so much for listening. Our phone number is 702-483-4444. You can also Skype us, Vegas All Net Radio. We have some folks. If you have the nerve, you can also they Periscope. That's not going to help us.
No.
But if any of our guests want to Periscope, if any of them know how to Periscope, do you guys even know what Periscope is? No. You don't know what Periscope is? No. Wow.
We have a great audience tonight.
We have a great audience tonight, exactly. Yeah.
Now
it's the thing on the sub. But
you guys got to help me.
What?
Are any of them wearing green?
No. Oh, nor purple either.
The eyes. Oh.
Well, then on the video, you're going to look like a zombie or something. Because with the green screen, anything green fades out.
So keep at least one of your eyes closed.
Right, exactly. Right, exactly.
Wow.
We have an in-studio audience of, quite frankly, I'm going to let the audience know. And of course,
we should do this more often.
We should. I know I like live audiences. Yeah. Isn't it cool?
Yeah.
It won't be as many as you'll see after the video, but it'll look pretty impressive. We have some future show hosts. I'm going to be positive. Some future show hosts.
If we don't scare them off.
If we don't scare them off after them sitting in with Vegas Unwrapped, who knows?
We got this whole lecture tonight about, all right, you guys, now you gotta act professionally. We have some potential show hosts coming in, and we want to show them. So, sorry.
And tonight's the night we bring on George.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Crazy.
I know. All right, so let's talk about what's on tonight.
What's on tonight?
Well, what's on tonight is the fact our first guest, who's on his way here from Henderson, he does a show called My Mama's Recipe, which is a show where they go from location to location to get recipes from families, whatever they do. So he's actually wrapping up
Does he know
filming.
Mike?
No, I don't think he does.
Okay.
But that wouldn't be My Mama's Recipe.
He just
walked by the window? Okay, yeah, by the way, Bobcat, would you open up the blinds there, if you don't mind? Anyway, George Miklos, who we've known for a long time, and on this station under our production company, he and a good friend of his did a show called The War Zone, which was a politically incorrect show.
Prior to that, we helped them promote the famous story of
Fido?
No, it wasn't Fido. Cammie's going to have to call in because she's listening tonight.
Okay, all right.
The name of the
Stella?
No, it wasn't Stella. The name of the dog.
Yeah, and it was a dachshund.
It was a dachshund. Fluffy.
Fluffy.
Right.
So when George walks in, we ought to yell Fluffy at him.
Yeah, well, he'll get that.
Oh, right, that's what I'm saying.
But the story was, and he got beat up in that movie.
Oh, he got beat up bad time.
Bad. It was one dark day,
one night day, one dark day, one fine day.
One
dun 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 dun. Did you bring the Secret Service with you?
They're outside.
They're outside. All right, very good. There you go, Mrs. President-elect.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
We've all met before. Been a while.
So George Miklos is going to join us here in about 10 minutes officially. Unwind, relax. You can even take your jacket off, even though you have to look official.
He was pressing.
Okay.
I saw him outside.
What was he?
He was pressing the flesh
Of people?
Actually, he was just touching the doors, the car doors, the handles.
See if they were open for change.
Hoping that someone was inside. You know?
This is a very low-budget presidential campaign, that's for sure.
Very low.
Coming up in our second hour, we're going to be launching off a new show next week called Plumbing 101.
Nice.
Artie and Becky.
What's it about?
It's about.
Great, John.
Thank you.
Terrific.
Yes, it's about painting.
Look at that, he's president.
I know.
He's president.
Where's the presidential buttons and everything? Stickers, something to hand out? I mean, come on, George.
We're coming around here soon. Over the next 30 days, we've got the campaign lined up, and it's a process.
I'm sure it is.
We will.
We're anxious to learn all about it.
We just can't.
Oh, you will.
We're on our bated breath.
So Artie and Beckie White from Aqua Plumbing, who is doing the show called Plumbing 101, which debuts next Thursday. What time did I say? 2 to 3? 2 to 3.
Sometime in the afternoon.
Sometime on Thursday.
Daytime.
Daytime. As they'll be in the second hour talking about the launch of their show. And we might possibly hear from Mr. Cash's favorite person of all time. Number one assassin, because Roddy Piper passed away last week. So we may spend a few minutes talking about that. And who knows what else will go on, because, normally we digress in hour number 2, but when you have a live audience in studio, things tend to speed up a little bit. And we may lose control once we start talking to George. So, I mean, I don't, we'll take that for what it's worth.
We all know the past.
That's right. But you know what? Our audience may remember you from the Warzone show.
They might.
So,
they may know you from
Fluffy!
That's right. I had a feeling you were going to bring that one up.
What was the name of the movie again?
One Long Day.
One Long Day.
I had the one. I had the one.
You had one
day.
a day.
I thought it was one dark day.
What's Keith doing nowadays?
I haven't talked to him in a little while, but he's doing all right.
He's on a retreat.
Yes, he is, basically. That's what it is,
No,
actually.
really.
So, I went from a drug dealer to a presidential candidate.
That's amazing.
Well, why not? Everybody else seems to be.
Right.
Yeah, what's the odds of that ever happening in Las Vegas?
or in Washington, for that matter. Just ask Mayor Berry, right?
That's right. Well, he's gone now.
Do you know what I'm hearing in my earphone?
I'm afraid to ask.
I'm hearing Uncle Phil. 3 of your favorite little nieces are listening to you tonight.
Are they really?
That's right.
All the Goyles?
All the little Goyles.
G, B, and Kyrie?
That's right. And, yesterday was G's birthday.
I know.
Happy birthday, Gianna.
Happy birthday.
Cake. How come I didn't get cake?
I didn't see any
cake.
I didn't see any cake. We'll have to discuss that because they're all listening tonight.
I know they
on
are.
bated breath.
They're waiting to hear George.
I'll bet.
We knew where he was at
I like
the other
cake.
day.
I love cake.
He skipped out of here early. The Mets were on TV and cake.
I know. I'm telling you.
I don't eat cake during this dietary
confinement,
whatever the hell it is.
Well, you could have brought cake for the rest of us.
Do you know there was cake here last Thursday?
Yeah.
You heard about that?
Yeah.
The Heidi Mancini cake?
Yeah.
That
German chocolate cake?
The one that JPEG
didn't share with anybody.
He slipped it out under the guise of night.
That's why he left us that damn greasy-ass chicken yesterday, man.
The Popeye's chicken.
But I saw you munching on it.
Yeah, sure as hell. I was hungry.
Well, when you're desperate, right?
Damn right.
Any shout-outs, gents? I'm afraid to ask that question.
I'll say hi to Miss Bobcat out there tonight. She's Facebooking along.
She had a rough night.
Yeah, well,
we heard about that. It was on the Facebook.
Yeah, she's out there.
Everybody seems to put their woes out on the Facebook.
Out there woeing it away.
Presidential candidates do not do that.
Yes. Do you have
never see that.
Do you have a separate page on Facebook for your
I
candidacy?
do. Well, not yet. I have 4 pages. I have over 10,000 followers now on social media.
On different pages?
Yes. It took me forever.
So how do they know where to find you?
Oh, they can go anywhere and connect everything. They can interlink with everything. The cooking show, the presidential candidacy, my regular Facebook page, my entertainer one.
You can pay for anything these days.
That's right. I can do that too, right? Well, shout outs. So keep going. You got the whole family.
Yeah, well, the whole family. That's cool. Lois is on the road.
Where's she?
She's traveling.
Did you not tell her about the downloadable phone app that she could do on her phone?
I do believe she took the laptop with her, or the.
Well, what is she going to do? Take the laptop and go like this?
No. She took
the phone app.
We have. Oh,
don't say, I knew you were going to say it.
But she's hunting with a friend of hers. They're hunting for, I don't know, antiques and stuff. They're in Ohio.
Hunting for antiques, okay.
I don't like the sound of that.
Here we go.
Is our president, is our dead president going to endorse George? Is that what he's coming through for?
Well, I'll tell you. Last week on the show, I was upset about that Cecil lion. And maybe this gentleman that's going to run for president can do something about it. Blackhorn rhinos are getting killed. Giraffes are getting killed this week. And Cecil last week. My fellow Americans, I'm just not off on this game hunting. I'm glad to see Delta Airlines step up and say we're not transporting it. Our former president, Richard Miklos Nixon here. I'll ask the incoming president what he thinks about all this game. But I think they all should be hung by their Buster Browns.
Those are shoes, you know.
I was going to say, yeah.
I didn't talk to you, JPEG. You just behave, or I'll call Assassin now.
Is that my phone?
I don't know. Early break? Is that what you're telling us there, Mr. Bobcat?
I don't know. The president.
You know what? Let's go to an early break so that we can get as much time in with George. You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped here on the all-new Vegas All Net Radio. Phillips, Cash, JPEG, Bobcat. We have a live studio audience. Presidential candidates. This is the first for us in 6.5 years.
Oh, I can't wait.
We are having a presidential candidate.
Thank you.
And all I can say is, what was your catchphrase about the vests on the war zone?
Oh, I don't even know if
Vests are optional or something, because it's going to be an interesting couple of segments.
I think Adele Poole stole that for the pool party.
All right, we'll be back.
Right.
We'll be back. We'll be back right after this.
And I love you.
All right, welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped. Phillips, I'm just going to go this way. Phillips and Cash and Company. Way too many people in here to start naming by names.
That's right.
Which is good. All right.
Everybody wave.
Everybody wave. You're on camera.
There you go.
All right, there you go.
By the way, you have caused pandemonium in the girls' house.
Over the cake?
Yeah, no, they're yelling Uncle Phil, and then the KGB. That's their
Right, that's their initials.
The KGB is in the house.
KGB wants cake.
KGB wants cake.
All right,
can we drum up the presidential
Who knew
theme?
we could have solved the Cold War 20 years earlier,
or
right?
just all over cake, right?
Yep, they just wanted cake.
That's it.
Wow.
And now stepping up to the microphone.
Maybe I might like this guy.
Maybe.
He really is a nice guy, regardless of the fact that he's running for president.
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
He is a nice guy.
I'm a bad guy running for president.
Well, here's and he also has timeshare in his blood too.
That's
how
right.
we met George. That's how we met. We met George when he was a
my mentor.
Jeez. Yeah, look where that's got you.
Yeah, God help you.
Look where that's got you. All right, George Miklos, who has been a friend of ours for a number of years. I see this post on Facebook, and it says, "You'll never believe what I decided to do one day in the bathroom."
That's right.
That's right. That's what your message was.
That's where I decided to run for president. I was in the bathroom.
Right. You were in the bathroom, and he said, "I'm going to run for president." I listen.
He was shaving.
He was. Don't all the important decisions get made in the bathroom? I mean, let's face it. It's a think tank.
I wondered if any other candidate had ever thought about it while they were in the bathroom doing their business, and it just happened to be that's. Ding! The light bulb went on. I'm running for president.
Right,
what better place?
Right, exactly.
Right.
Well,
it's a shitty job, man.
Right.
That's right.
Everybody ends up in the shit house anyway, so it doesn't matter. So seriously, so talk about that. Why did you decide to run? What did you say one day? 216 candidates are on
More than that.
More than that now?
This is amazing to me. When I decided to run, I went on the FEC website, the Federal Election Commission website. I've always been interested in politics. My dad was a small-town city councilman and a political science professor. I always grew up as a kid watching the McNeil-Lehrer Report. Remember that show?
Oh, yeah.
I was like 13, 14, 15, 16. So politics has basically been around in my life most of the time. And I went on the website. I figured, what are the qualifications? The qualifications are fairly simplistic. I was shocked, really. I mean,
yeah, look at the field.
Right. You have to be over the age of 35.
Check.
Okay. That's one qualification. You had to have been born in the U.S.
Check.
And I do have the birth certificate.
Well, obviously they can be doctored. That doesn't mean anything.
I guess so in these day and age. But you had to have lived in the U.S. the last 14 years.
Check.
Okay.
And the last one, which I had to look around and check my past to make sure, you couldn't be a convicted felon. So I found out that I was okay. I was okay. I found out. Whew,
yeah, you came back clean.
Yes, I did.
Good. Okay. So you went 4 for 4 in the qualification.
I did. Actually did.
The key was convicted, right?
Convicted.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
Then I'm
Have
cool.
I been arrested as a felon? Right. So then I went on the website. I looked at the forms. Real simple. But then I also looked at, let's see what they had a little section there, the 16 filers for president. So I clicked on it. Over 500 candidates for president of the United States, and that's just right now.
Right.
And daily, people are adding their name to the pot. And of course, we know of the top 20 or so.
Right.
I just left the house and Trump was talking, but we'll talk about him a little later.
Still?
But, yeah. Right. So 500 plus candidates. I figured, well, what the hell?
What's one more?
I figured it's better. 1 in 500 is better than 1 in a million.
That's true.
So I said, okay, I did it. I filled the paperwork out and I sent it off. They sent me back a confirmation. I'm running for president of the United States. But I am doing, thank you, I appreciate that. Nobody will ever take that off my resume. I'm running.
George,
I am running.
Yes, you are.
George, I think I know what's coming next. So let me segue it into let me segue this into you.
You better be right. You know that, right?
I know. When did you start saying to yourself, I'm going to take this seriously?
Well, believe it or not, as an actor,
I know it wasn't
and
in
an
the bathroom.
entertainer, right? I want to take it seriously. You know, I'm a poor man's candidate, basically, and that's what it is. A poor man's Donald Trump, I'd like to think of myself
There you
as.
go. In other words, Ricky Cash.
Wife, Denise-
Everybody's poor.
Right. Well, my wife Denise came up with a slogan, and she's had it for years. It's just been sitting around. It's "I believe in America," and it's on my Facebook page.
Right.
That's going to be my campaign slogan: "I believe in America."
Okay.
Now, there's several issues as any American. You know, I mean, I have never had any political experience, but I'm an American. I served in the military, and I have my issues with the country, the way it's going on. And I have 3 or 4 topics that I would like to run on. And they're the basic ones. Everybody's running on the same thing, basically. You know, you got the immigration reform. You've got jobs in America, bringing them back, because we're not number 1 anymore. China is.
Right.
They got more people.
Yeah, well, they got a lot more people, but all our jobs are over there now, and other places, and I'd like to see it come back.
There is just so much dim sum we could eat.
Right. Well, we just had some Asian food before we came in, but
Well, you have to be an equal
Look how-
opportunity.
Right,
leader.
exactly.
That's why.
Now look how politically correct that was.
Right.
Just had some Asian.
well,
food.
listen.
He's got to be. He's got to be an equal opportunity eater. That's
You
why.
mentioned political correctness, and it drives me up a wall. After you guys know me, after the war zone,
Right.
political correctness. It's the truth. The truth is the new hate speech, is what it is.
Right.
You can't be truthful anymore. You can't offend anybody.
Oh.
You're going to have a lawsuit the next day.
I'm in deep shit.
You're right. I'm worried now.
We're going out for chinks after this.
I've got 40 videos online from the war zone.
Play the disclaimer, would you please, podcast?
That's what mine is. You bet. You've got to. I mean, it's in
You can
today's
send
world.
your
It's,
comments to VegasUnwrappedRcast at gmail.com.
there you are. It's on you. But no, that bothers me. Political correctness. You can't laugh anymore. You can't go see a comedian. And you know, 30 years ago, you were able to go with a friend of yours. You might have been an African-American man. Maybe you went with a gay friend, and you were a white guy, and you sat there and watched Eddie Murphy. He would cap on all of you,
Right.
and we'd elbow each other. He's right. He's funny. He's fantastic.
Right.
Nowadays, comics are forced to apologize for what
Right.
they do for offending groups of people or individuals, and it's crazy. You know, the word racist gets thrown around like it's I hate to say it, like a basketball. The actual term,
Oh, is that racist?
I had to see, boy, is it.
Holy schmoly.
Do you know what the definition of the word racist is? Of an individual or group of people that believe a particular race is superior to another.
I am.
Okay, well, I'm going to say being a presidential candidate, I'm going to say I'm not. But the way you see things today in today's world, there's issues that make it that it's not equal, and certain people are not doing the right thing. And that's what I want to discuss, you know, when we can. The immigration, the racial stuff, the political correctness, it's killing us. And I'm running. It's going to be kind of a satire, too, also. I'm going to have a film crew follow me. It's going to be a documentary. I'm going to call it The Poor Man's President. The qualifications, I just told you what they
Right,
were.
right.
Very simple.
Every one of us in this room could run for
You
president.
bet.
Yeah.
But why do we need $730 million to get elected?
Right.
That's the whole issue. If anybody can run
Because
and
you
qualify,
won't get elected without that money.
well, what do you use the money for? Advertising. How much can advertising cost for a year and a half? You know what the funny thing about
Call Vegas on that
On
radio,
that radio
right now.
Right.
And we'll give you a deal.
right?
We will give you a deal on some
That's
advertising.
right.
It's crazy.
Sorry, but
It's no. Go ahead. It's all this is tied into
Yeah.
that. You know, and when you see Trump now, the funny thing about Trump is he doesn't need big business. He doesn't need unions and all
he's
that
got
stuff.
his own money.
He's $5 billion in the bank.
The funny thing about Trump is Trump.
That's it.
Yeah.
Trump, and he's saying everything that we think.
Yeah.
That we're afraid to say.
That's right.
Now, because he's not a politician, that's why he's number one. I did record the debates. I hope he does well because I've always liked Donald Trump. He's brash, he's smart, and he knows how to get things done. He does do it. Now, as president, I don't know. I think maybe in the end, when it comes all down to it, the fact that he's not a politician may be the reason he may not get elected or get the nomination for the Republican. But you know, it's good to see him stirring the pot. And like he said tonight when I first left, the reason we're talking about immigration is because he brought it up.
Right.
You know, he may have been brash and said a few things, but he wasn't. He was telling the truth.
He was saying what 99% of the population was probably thinking.
And the media, they're liberal driven, and they distort things, and they want you to think and believe exactly what they say. What about the Confederate?
How is that different from the conservatives?
Well, the liberals are different. They want you to think like them.
They want you to think like them.
Exactly.
The liberals want you to think like them.
And conservatives want you just to think.
No, they want
Just
you to think like them.
Well, no, I don't
they do.
It's different. We're different.
Why would you make laws that make certain things legal or illegal unless you wanted other people to agree with you? That's what laws are about.
I understand that too, but I do believe that somehow, with society as we've gone over the last 50 years, do you think you think yesterday's Democrats of 50 years ago would be ashamed of today's Democratic Party?
Just as the Republicans of 50 years ago would be ashamed of the Republicans today. There is no difference between the two at this point in time.
Well, I think that it's time for...
Well, that's right. 50 years ago, Nixon was a crook, and 50 years later, they're still crooks.
Well, look at Hillary with the emails. She's untouchable. Although I'll tell you right now, if Joe Biden throws his hat in the ring, she's going to have to sweat it a little bit. Uncle Joe's got some supporters. So she's going to have to
So
spread.
does Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, he does, but not. Is
he related to Colonel?
Yes, he is.
What?
He's Colonel Sanders' father.
Okay.
That's right. He's like 150.
Okay, when you hear the buzzer, come out of your corners.
Oh, one question.
Wait. I have to be saying what I'm saying tonight because this gentleman was not invited to the debates. And if he has nobody to debate, nobody's going to know what he wants to say.
Well,
right?
if I had put myself in as a Republican, then it would have been 18 of us. I'm going under, actually, the parties that you could choose from. I was amazed at all the different parties.
Really?
And I saw them, there was like 20 or 30 of them, half of them I never heard of.
Cool.
But then I saw the American...
I love parties.
Yeah, I saw the American Independent Conservative Party, AIC. I said, that's me. So
you were good with American Independent.
But not the conservative part? Really?
Because it's a tag. It's another tagline.
Well, it's not tag. It's just people, conservatives, morality has gone down the tubes. And again, I'm not a saint. Nobody is. But the reason the world's the way it is because we've had just the lack of being taught as a kid how to handle yourself. There's a lot of statistics I was going to talk about too. Like, what do you think about the Confederate flag issue a month ago?
I don't care about it at all.
Yeah, me neither. I could care less.
You know why? Because it's the flag of losers.
Here, listen to that. I don't even care.
Send your comments to Vegas.Unwrapped at jpgs at gmail.com.
That's a sense that, what bothers me about the Confederate flag? Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Happily making millions of dollars for the last 35 years off the Dukes of Hazzard TV show. All of a sudden, the liberal-driven media starts blowing the Confederate flag out, and all of a sudden, Warner Brothers caves because they're afraid that people are going to stop buying their merchandise, going to the movies. And I don't think that would happen at all. I think the public would just continue going on doing. I don't think these big businesses
because they are led by the nose on what to believe, and they all count on this thing right here. As long as they got their cell phones, as long as they got their big screen, as long as they can, do that. That's all they care about.
You're absolutely right. It's taken away.
If you look at the statistics of the percentage of voters,
so you guys want some
eligible
popcorn
voters,
you guys okay? Drinks back
who
here?
actually voted. It's criminal.
Aren't you glad you got a front row seat?
You look at other
for
countries
this?
like Australia, for example. It's the law. You have to vote. If you don't vote, you are penalized.
Put the finger down.
I'm sorry.
What do you think about the voter ID thing? That everybody should have an ID to vote.
A chip. I want a
We
chip.
do.
We're not about the chip. We're just talking about a car. We're talking like a driver's. You know, your driver's license.
A driver's
when you go in and
license.
vote, hi, I'm George Miklos. I'm
Mine
going to
is
vote.
suspended.
But they call that rate. There's some certain income or certain groups of people that think it's racist.
There's
for
elderly
not
people.
having
There's elderly people who do not have a driver's license. So what do they use?
a
for
state
voter
ID. They still
Okay.
they have state IDs,
All
don't
right.
they? If you're not
College
if you don't,
students.
As they continue
they
to
use
discuss
their-
this, you're listening to Vegas Unwrapped on Vegas All Net Radio. Let's go to a break.
Okay, we can do that.
Hey, where else could you hear stuff like
No,
this?
Exactly.
you guys can keep debating, but it's break time.
Yeah, it is. So I'm just-
Frustrations.
And you're listening to Vegas Unwrapped on Vegas All Net Radio.
behind me, I got to worry.
I know, you got to watch your back. So as the break started, George and JPEG ended their conversation. Then all of a sudden a sports
Oh, it's not over.
then a sports
just
fight
starting.
broke out back here.
Raiders,
Between
Broncos,
the
Raiders,
and the
Broncos.
Broncos. All of a sudden, we went to a sports debate. I don't know what happened here.
Oh my God, it's the war zone.
It's a war zone.
Again, God, I just
Holy
stepped in
cow.
a war zone again, all over again.
Holy shnikes. You just don't know what's going to happen on this show.
Anybody, listen, I got to say this.
I've never had
Anybody
as
that
an
sets
interactive
foot in
audience
this
with these
studio,
guys. They're fair game.
I got to give credit to have a lot of guts.
Yeah. I got to give him credit for not running the hell out of the studio.
Never.
Jeez
I
Louise.
thrive on this.
He doesn't. He
Not
doesn't.
you,
Oh.
these guys.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to want them to host
I
shows.
think they're doing fine.
Yeah, they're doing great, aren't they? These are future hosts behind you, George, that
Very
are
nice.
interested in doing their show. Doing a show.
awesome work.
And so we haven't scared them off yet. That's a good thing.
Did it for a couple of years.
All right, so I don't even know
He's
what
just
they were
looking for a contribution
Oh,
right there. There it is.
I am.
Was his hand out?
Yes. Isn't that right? Isn't that what politicians do? I'm learning. I'm learning how to do this.
So let me ask you this.
John, take over the questioning. I'm going to go
Thank
to
you.
sleep.
Thank you.
while you're-
Okay. Seriously, in all seriousness, what do you think about taking money out of politics? What do you think about a publicly funded, in other words, your $2 on your income tax pays for, politics. That's what you get. The politician gets money to run his campaign, and that's all he gets. There are no outside funding.
I wonder how that would change things if you did. I don't know if the American people, you're talking about
It
taking.
worked for quite a while.
Well, yeah, I can't imagine.
We had limits on how much you could.
Well, there should be, because
Yeah.
I'm not going to, as much as I'm saying I'm in it to win it, and Jeb Bush, $200 million,
No, and
Donald Trump, 4 or 5, he doesn't even need anybody's money.
and as
so-
long as we have that, that's the kind of people that we're going to have running for office. Now, you could possibly be one of the best candidates out there, but if you don't have the money behind you, you'll never have a chance.
Right.
And that's what breaks my heart about what's going on today.
I agree with you totally. It's the whole thing. Why are the qualifications again so simple, but yet it costs all this money?
Because we should all have a
Yeah,
chance.
Barack Obama spent $730 million the last election. How do you do that? I mean, really?
You become a drug dealer.
I was-
I mean, how do you raise that kind of money?
They're talking about, and the thing about the immigration thing I've been really irks me. My parents were legal immigrants from Hungary. And, the mindset of any immigrant wanting to come to America, wanting to change their life, do some good, build a better life for them and their future family or families, they come over here with the mindset of doing the right thing. And you've got 15 million illegal immigrants in the United States, and I don't know how you can, I don't know if should be a merit system or maybe my idea was to give everybody 90 days. You're not going to be able to get all 15 million immigrants to do it, but the good and honest, decent, hardworking people that want to become American citizens, go to their nearest immigration office, start the process. Are there flaws in it? Sure, it took my parents 6 years to become American citizens. They need to fix the system.
Right.
But we don't need new laws. The laws are already here. And when you're an illegal immigrant and you step on American soil for the first time, you are breaking the law. You are breaking the law. That's not the mindset of the people that I want living here. You can come over here and do whatever you want and become somebody, but do it legally. Please. That's all we're asking. And they go out and crazy, and all of a sudden they go, oh, he's a racist, he hates Hispanics. No, we just want you to come to America legally. That's all it is. They make it sound so difficult. That's a very simple thing. The process sucks, but, do it. Just start the process.
And
if
we all know both. We all know both kinds. We know the illegals. I do. And I know the people that came here through that system and have worked very, very hard to become American citizens.
It's not fair to them.
That's
And
exactly
it's not
right.
fair to the
That's
memory
exactly
of my
right.
parents and the millions of people that came here for the last 100 years.
Yep.
And if they
And-
need an incentive, they get 90 days at Walmart.
They get that already.
So
They get
let's
that.
say let's talk about the 15 million people that are here. That just there's no way we can just make them all disappear. So how about this? How about join the military
I'm
for a
okay.
certain period of time?
I'm okay
and
with that.
if you do that, if you join the military, that automatically at the end of your tour, if you're honorably discharged, you now are an American citizen.
I have no issue with that. That's not a bad idea. It isn't.
Or
you can have 2, 3, or 4 year.
or serve the general population in some form.
Right.
You know.
Well,
and
it's
that
like-
doesn't include
Right.
Trump's yard or
Right.
You know.
Well, it's like Trump was mentioned a merit system. That would be part of it.
Right.
Join the military, 2, 3, 4 year stint. Hell, I mean, some of those illegals that join the military, they might end up even liking it and making a career out of it. And that's not a bad thing either.
Absolutely
I'm all
not.
for the military. It's too bad everything's been cut back. We're not number one anymore, and it worries me. And today in the news again, I see that the deal they made with Iran, a month ago or so, not so good. Today we already find out the taste of it, why it's not so good. The UN wanted to go into Iran and speak with some key scientists and take a tour of the facilities, and of course we know what Iran's answer was.
No.
No.
Do you know why that was?
Why?
Because the agreement hasn't been ratified yet.
Well,
And they're not letting anybody in until we agree to that. Because why would I let you in my house to look for something that we hadn't agreed that this is what's going to happen if you find this, this, or this?
well, first of all, there shouldn't be any deal with Iran. They're up to no good. They are.
Everybody
And I don't care
is.
what people.
You know,
you
the
know,
whole fucking world is.
well, we have military to help defend us.
No, we don't. We
Other
have
military, they're there
military
to
go
atta-
over
they wanna
and-
attack
and-
us.
and push our ideas on the rest of the world.
I'm the first to say I would love to see America stay out of everybody else's business.
That's right.
But the rest of the world won't allow us to. They won't allow us to stay out of
No,
their business.
we won't allow them
We
to
have
allow
do it.
us to.
We have to worry about what's going on over
Anybody
there.
got the TV clicker? I want to change this channel.
I am. Yeah, right. Is it like McNeil?
Moving right along.
Is it McNeil Lair Report again? It's like watching the McNeil Lair Report when I was 12, 13.
But like I said, if we cannot talk about these things, everyone has one thing about this country is this gentleman can say whatever he wants. And I respect him for that. And I can
Thank you.
say
Same to
whatever I
you.
want, and he better respect me, or
right.
I'll get the military after.
Well, you're both former military,
But-
so
but-
shoot each other and get it over
There you
with,
go.
will you?
Right?
Oh, we got Navy in the back.
Navy.
He'll just take you back to shore when you're
Oh,
done.
yeah, figures a couple of squids over there. Yeah.
Well, I tell you, this conversations, all these topics can be boring and dull.
No.
But
they are not
they
boring
have
and
to-
dull.
they have to
if
be
they're
talked
boring
about
and
it.
dull, that's why people aren't out there voting. We can't let it get boring and dull.
I don't want it
Who's
to
the
be that way.
candidate in this room, John?
Exactly.
No, but after
Here,
finding,
you might have to sign up.
After finding out what the qualifications are, I'm not.
You're
is
in.
it too late to file?
No, you can file up to.
I
Then
think
my
you ought to just
campaign
be-
is going to be: if you're going to do it with styles.
There's going to be another right. There's going to be another 500 candidates before it's
Yeah.
all over.
I just think you ought to be his running mate. Let's do it. Just do
Vice
it that way.
president.
All right,
That's
that'd
fine.
Be cool. That'd be cool.
Then you can take
and You know
over.
what? Between the two of us, we could kick some ass.
I think we could.
Yep.
We need a national stage. This is a national stage,
This is
world
an
radio,
international stage.
international stage.
We literally have
What I'd like to
listeners
do.
all over the world.
Maybe not anymore after this
Not
show.
anymore.
Well, I
Those
actually
guys.
I have a political advisor that came aboard. I had a woman call me on Facebook. She actually called me on the phone, and she goes, "Are you really running for president?" And I have no idea. The name sounded familiar on Facebook. I have 10,000 followers. I know maybe 200 or 300 in real life. But this lady called me up and said, "Are you really running?" She goes, "Well, I happen to have a friend who worked on the Oscar Goodman and Carolyn Goodman campaigns as their campaign manager." And I said, whoa, wait a second. I'm a grassroots guy. I've got
I got
nothing.
$9.
Yeah, $9.38 in my pocket. And she goes, "Oh no, the guy loves to work. He worked on Ralph Nader and Pat Buchanan's campaign." So I said, "Okay, whatever." I said, "That's way out of my league, but whatever." 2 days later, he called me. We talked for almost about a half hour or so. He's busy right now working with a bill for veterans, which is another thing for the Nevada legislature. But he's going to get back with me in 30 days or so, and we're going to talk and meet. And he's a master fundraiser, from what I understand.
Cool.
And he knows a lot of people.
Wouldn't it be wild, guys, if a year from now
I'm in the top 10.
we'd be heading to the Iowa primaries, and George would be on the ballot.
Can you imagine? That's the goal, to get on the ballot.
Do it.
There's one of 500. I know the top 20 guys, but out of the other 480 of us, I'm the one that's going to work the hardest.
All right, I'm almost afraid to do this.
Oh, God.
I'm almost afraid to do this. 702-483-4444 is our studio line. If you want to get in to ask George a question.
If you can get a word in edgewise.
If you can get a word in, give us a call. If you want to Skype in, Vegas All Net Radio is our Skype line if you want to ask George a question.
Yeah,
All
you got 3 minutes.
You got 3 minutes. That's why I
3
kind of waited
minutes.
to the end. No, in the time remaining, let's talk about jobs. What are you going to do when elected to increase the job market here in the United States? What's your plans for jobs?
Well, the goal for me is to offer big businesses or any businesses that have jobs overseas, and it's been talked about before with other candidates, and I like what the idea of giving them tax breaks to bring jobs back. I hate to say that because some people are going to go, "No way, they should bring the job backs the job backs here anyway." Well, they're not going to, so we need to give some incentive.
Why not tax penalties for shipping the jobs overseas
That,
instead of a tax break?
Yeah, why are we
Because
giving
we're giving them a tax
why are
break.
we giving the big companies more tax
Right.
breaks?
Well, that's an
just saying,
incentive.
they haven't had enough.
I don't think tax penalties would definitely be an incentive. That's for sure. Nobody wants to lose money.
That's right.
Especially
But-
the big companies.
Right. Well, we'll see what happens.
What about infrastructure?
Well, inside the United States, first of all, you got jobs that the illegal immigrants are doing that most of us wouldn't, which is a sad thing too. You've got to find a way statewide in each state. This would be the state's decision to try to help get jobs, more jobs. You've got to do something about it. I'm still working on a lot of the information that I've been receiving about bringing jobs back to America, but that was basically the two things I was wanting.
George,
that I
real
wanted to work
quick.
out.
If Las Vegas right now would deport all the illegal immigrants that are working in this town,
I'm afraid where this question's going.
This would shut down the entire casino industry. How would you deal with that?
What I don't understand is how they got hired in the first place.
That's not the question. The question is, how would you deal with that by eliminating all the illegal immigrants?
There's other jobs. There's people out there that need
but
jobs.
no, you just said.
wait,
Let them go.
You just said that there were jobs that the illegal immigrants are doing now that nobody would do. And I'm saying, well, if you get rid of them and they have to go back to wherever, then this city and this economy closes down, and I mean closes down.
I don't think it would close
Oh, it
down
absolutely
completely.
would.
There's people out there that need work. That some people would do the jobs that.
Do you have any
But
idea
there's
what
one
the
out
numbers?
There's 1 out of 10 that would.
Do you know
Because the other 9 are too goddamn lazy.
you know how many
Well,
numbers
that's-
of people we have that are working in our industry, in the casino industry here, that are illegal immigrants?
I just
The number would be staggering for you to know.
But
I
don't
would think
blame
so.
don't blame
I'm not
the
blaming
illegals.
them. Oh, I'm not blaming
blame
them.
the people who hire them.
That's exactly what I.
Yeah,
how do they get
that's where
hired?
the- That's where the fault lies.
It's too late for that. They're already here. So what are you going to
And
do?
you're not. There's no way you can get rid of them, and that's what we talked
That's-
about
Well,
earlier.
there's got to, like I said,
Is what
a merit system. Somehow get them to go through the process to stay here.
I want to keep our economy in
and-
this city functioning the way it is.
And
I
forget
think
about
that-
it. Just,
forget about it is right. It's done. It's over. Deal with new illegal immigrants.
well, that's
Deal
that's-
with the new ones.
Shoot
the old
'em.
ones are done. Shoot them.
But there's still, even if you're working as an illegal here, you're still documented somewhere because they had to hire you.
Yeah.
They had to fill out an application, even if it's in another language. You
And-
still got to fill it out and put an
and-
address
and
down.
The government knows every one of these people, and they're doing nothing to kick them out of here because they realize if they do, economy falls apart.
In 30 seconds, give us a final message to the audience.
I want to run for president again, like I said, because I want to make this country great again. We need to bring jobs back to the country. We need to fix the illegal immigration. It'll make the world and the country run a lot smoother. I'm a people guy. I'm a regular Joe running for president of the United States. I would look out for the little guy. You know, I don't mind people being wealthy and rich. We all want money. We all want to work. It doesn't matter if you want money, if you're left or right, in between. We all want money. We all like it. So my job is to
Thank you, George.
bring that back.
We'll get you back on
Good job,
as
man.
time
Thank
gets
you.
closer.
Thank you very,
Doing it
very
with Styles, with
much.
John
Thank you.
Styles.
I'll check my schedule.
All right, welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped. Tempers are cooling off.
That was so much fun.
No, George is a good guy.
He is a good
like
guy.
George. He's a good guy.
I really, really did enjoy that, and I admire him.
Absolutely. Put yourself out there.
I'm still not going to vote for him.
Well, hey, that's all right. That's all right. But we gave him an
I'm going to
opportunity.
vote for myself.
That's right. Now you got to vote.
Now I
got to
run.
That's right.
I'm going to run away.
You know, Canada's looking better and better right now.
Oh, why don't we go to Mexico
Wait.
and
Could
equal
you
it out?
imagine? Could you imagine the ballot with him on one side and me on the other?
Oh, my God.
We'd be dead. That'd be the end of it.
The electoral
The end of
system
the
will never be the same.
civilization as we know it.
Oh, my God. All right.
The Electoral College would fold.
They would close
Because
up.
they wouldn't know what to do.
They would close
They'd
up
drop
shop.
out.
That's right. All right. You know what time it is?
What time is it?
Time for Doing It with Styles.
It's time for Doing It with Style.
You've either got or you haven't got style.
If you got it, you stand out a mile.
Let's do this. Okay, I got a special treat tonight.
Special treat.
Yes,
Does it have chocolate involved?
not yet.
All right.
By the way, I could really use a Snickers.
Yeah, you could after that.
Okay, I got a special treat tonight because I have a runner-up.
A runner-up.
You've never had a runner-up.
I could not decide on which of the two of these I wanted
Oh,
to
so
give
we
the
got a
award.
tie.
No, we don't have a tie. I
Oh.
decided who's going to get the award, but I had the the runner-up deserves an honorable mention.
Okay.
Okay,
He loves cracking himself up. You notice
I
that?
do. Yes, that. You should see me standing in front of a mirror.
Yeah, sure.
All right, here we go. Hospitals on standby awaiting GOP debate drinking game participants. Now, this is the real deal. This isn't the Onion News or anything like that. With the likelihood of an abundance of patients to overrun hospitals nationwide after the first Republican presidential debate, several hospitals have made sure they are heavily staffed and on standby to receive the influx of potential patients playing drinking games. Many of the drinking games include drinking upon keywords like Benghazi, Hillary, or freedom, and especially Reagan, as well as God. They also include phrases like culture of dependency or you can keep your doctor, as well as take back America. And let's not forget, I forgot. Let's not forget the amount of times the audience will cheer for something racist being said. These words and phrases have the chance of being uttered not just a few times, but hundreds of times, which may lead to severe alcohol poisoning. Hospitals are urging these GOP debate drinking game participants to use caution and maybe a low alcohol content beverage as a choice. Whiskey, vodka, tequila, or any other hard liquor are strongly discouraged. Suggestions for use include Pabst Blue Ribbon, Coors Light, or their equivalent, water. Nonetheless,
I'm in.
Hospitals will be ready. It's bound to be a busy night. So that was my runner-up.
The debate drinking game.
I just the fact that there's hospitals that
Are
are
prepared for
taking that
this.
seriously
Hey.
and staffing up so that they've got people. So anyway, all right. So here we go.
And the winner is?
So this is the actual
The
winner.
winner is. This is the actual winner of the Doing It with Styles Award for this week.
All right.
All right. When Jon Stewart signs off Thursday night after 16 years of hosting The Daily Show, he'll leave a gaping void in the world of political satire. He'll also leave a vast legacy, thousands of jokes, hundreds of public figures, skewered for hypocrisy. Countless reaction shots of Jon Stewart's face grimacing in mock or real outrage. Of course, Comedy Central's flagship show will return on September 28th with Trevor Noah as host. And it may be great, but it won't be the same. So anyway, this week, the Doing It with Styles Award goes to Jon Stewart and Comedy Central for 16 years of the best political reporting I have ever heard in my life. Thank you, John. We're going to miss you.
I will have you know.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
That Jon Stewart is a huge
Vegas Unwrapped fan?
New York Mets fan.
Oh. Why does that matter?
Hey, everybody can't be perfect.
All right. That's Doing It With Styles. Here we go.
Thank you for listening to Doing It With Style. Heard exclusively on Vegas Unwrapped.
Hey, I'm going to ask George if he and I want to do a show together.
The most politically incorrectness that I think even the war zone would be ashamed of.
Ooh, that would be.
Jeez Louise. You know what? Here's what's interesting. For 4 weeks now, I've been trying to end this first hour at 5 minutes of.
We're going to do it.
We're going to do it.
Except what we're going to do going out, Bobcat's going to do a Vegas Unwrapped sports report and take us out on break right after that.
Nice.
So that means, you know what that means in 5 minutes?
We have a break.
Hour number 2 will be upon us. And we know what happens hour number 2.
Hold on. 6, 5. You're right.
Bobcat, Vegas Unwrapped Sports Desk report, please. Get us out of here.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Good evening, everybody. Let's get it started with Major League Baseball. Winners today: Washington over Arizona, 8-3. Man, did Milwaukee just club the Padres, 10-1. The Dodgers a winner over Philly, 10-8. St. Louis blanked out Cincinnati, 3-zip, and Detroit 2 passed on Kansas City, 8-6 right there. Just the top of the second inning. Late game getting started for you. It's Houston up on top of Oakland, 1-0. Also, finals. Mr. Phillips, your Yankees a winner today over Boston, 2-1. Toronto over Minnesota, 9-3. One on top of Atlanta over Miami, 9-8. And top of the ninth inning, it's Chicago 5, San Francisco 4. Hall of Fame game is just coming up for you this Sunday. Everybody, Pittsburgh against the Minnesota Vikings, okay? And the Seahawks have reached a 4-year deal with Russell Wilson, $89 million, 4 years, guys. College football, they say it's going to be Ohio State or TCU for the national championship this year. Ohio State's got a lot of problems getting started off. We'll see what happens with the Buckeyes, okay? First college football game coming up Thursday, August 29th, and NASCAR's at Watkins Glen. That's a look at sports from the Vegas Unwrapped Sports Desk, guys.
Very good.
Nice.
My Yankees took 2 out of 3 from the Red Sox. They scored 90 runs in 10 games. They've scored 3 runs in the last 2 games. Go figure. All right. Hour number 1's in the books, Mr. Bobcat. Take us to number 2, please.
Let's do it, and let's hope our guests inside the studio are good and open-minded, okay? All right. Aaron Phillips, Ricky Cash, JPEG, yours truly, the Bobcat. Second hour is coming up. We'll have birthdays, dates, and histories, and, of course, weird news is all coming for you. You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped on the brand new VANR, live from Las Vegas. We'll be back right after this, everybody.
This All-Net Radio, the final frontier of free speech.
You're my older brother, and I love you. But don't ever take sides with anyone against the family again.
I'm Fredo Corleone. I listen to Vegas Unwrapped. You can't come to Vegas and mess around with Phillips and Cash. You gotta listen to them. I do. I'm smart.
I tell you what, anybody that doesn't know where the Vince Lombardi Trophy and what year he passed away shouldn't even be watching or listening to sports. I'm going to tell
Oh, hour number 2.
Fredo and
the Assassin, the number 1 assassin. Go figure. I'm surprised he didn't call in because I thought although I didn't actually set it up exactly, but we thought if he would call in, we would talk about Piper, but maybe we'll get him next time around.
Well, we can talk about it, too.
Yeah, we can.
You know, we have
absolutely
some time in our...
Well, after we're done with Becky and Artie, perhaps. Anyway, welcome back to hour number 2, Vegas Unwrapped, 702-483-4444. Vegas All Net Radio is a Skype line. I don't know where John disappeared to.
To open up the door for BCN.
Oh, okay. That's right. They're following us at 8 o'clock. Business Connections Network.
9 o'clock.
What did I say?
8 o'clock.
Shit, let's get out of the studio. What are we doing here? It's been a long day. Thursdays are like 14-hour days. So
regardless of the time you get up and get in.
I know.
I thought that was going to work. Doesn't work.
No, it doesn't make much of a difference.
Work at all.
But napping in your office, though.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Got a good hour in there.
All right, we're going to start off with a 2-point question. All right? We're going to start with a 2-point question. As soon as John gets his headset on, we'll get going. By the way, are you all in this tonight? You all in this?
Oh, I'm in it. Yeah, I'm ready to play tonight.
What are we doing?
If you're celebrating a birthday today, August 6th, happy birthday from all of us here at Vegas Unwrapped, and you're celebrating a birthday with these people. Here we go. It's going to start with a 2-point question.
Lucille Ball.
What year did she die?
Really?
Well, she ain't alive.
Thursday.
What year did she die? You know the 2-point questions are when someone dies.
2003.
2003.
Nope, that's wrong.
Wow.
Yeah, well, you can't change it now.
1999.
99.
98.
89 would be the correct answer.
I knew that.
You guys are off to a flying start here.
What's the second part?
Another 2-point. What? There is no second part.
How old would have she been when she
I
died?
never asked that question when they die. Don't you listen to this show?
Red hair.
Jesus, criminy. Bobcat.
Yeah.
Whenever I do a 2-point question,
Yes, sir.
what do I always ask?
What year did they die, and how old were they when they died?
I do not.
No, he never says that.
Thank you.
He never does that.
Us
What-
liberals have to stick
Oh,
together.
my God. I blame George Miklos.
Somebody go get him some new batteries for that.
Yeah, well, I'm
headset.
voting.
What year, a 2-point question, did Andy Warhol die? And I don't give a shit his age when he died.
Choke on that water, Cashman.
Wow, the Phillips is getting hairy here.
I'm telling you.
Whoa, that was
Warhol died in 92.
92.
97.
84.
87, though, would be the right answer. You guys are
I got
off
one
to,
of the numbers right. Does that count?
you
I get
guys
1 point
are
for
off
that?
to a flying start here for crying out loud. Movie actress Vera Farmiga.
I don't like her.
Oh, I do.
I'm sorry.
What does she play in?
The Modern Family.
Movies and TV stuff.
Okay.
How old is she? She thinks.
Is that
What the hell is the name of this segment?
Birthday.
Where have you been? What the hell's the matter with you
I
tonight?
thought maybe she died and he wanted to know what year.
Is
she
that
I
died.
would have said it's a 2-point question.
You know, that's what happens when we take a 5-minute break between
We're
segments.
going to have to
Well,
stop that right
if
away.
we get the 1 point, then what's the second point of the question?
Ladies,
I'm
33.
giving you double the value for telling me when somebody
Oh,
dies.
it's not a 2-part question. It's a 2-point question. Is
Put
that
this in the Cashism file, will you please?
God,
unbelievable?
get you some new damn batteries from them
I
heads.
think
this
I-
year.
you know what? I think I'm gonna
Whose birthday
actually
is
see
it?
which
How
one of
old
these
are they?
people will become my new co-host. The hell with this, I'm done.
When does he go into surgery?
Late September. But I'm going away in 2
What's
weeks.
this, Clara Farmington? What's her birthday? Is that what?
Vera Farmiga,
She's 33.
33,
41.
She's
41.
probably, she thinks she's 20, but I'll say 50.
41 would be the right answer.
Yeah!
Bobcat, mark one for JPEG, will
All
you
right.
please?
Here you go.
Oh, I got such a headache.
Yeah, and somebody drank my damn milkshake.
You brought me a Frosty earlier.
I know
Put
you
your
like
damn
that?
wine in,
How
man.
about that?
Telling
So
you.
damn crackers and a
Did
cheese
he get
box
you?
for
Did he get you vanilla or a chocolate frosty?
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Wendy's don't serve no vanilla,
Yes,
buddy.
they do.
So they do?
Been for about 5 years now.
Oh, okay.
TV actress Soleil Moon Frye is turning how old?
Oh, holy crap.
And yes, she's still alive.
Who is she?
Really? You don't know who she is?
No.
Soleil Moon Frye?
No.
38.
Blossom.
Louise. Punky Brewster.
Soleil Moon Fry. She sounds like she owns the
She was the
restaurant over.
she was the child actor that played in the lead in the Punky Brewster.
She was 42.
That wouldn't
She was
help me.
42.
38.
38.
41.
Bobcat gets the point at 38.
Oh, we got the
You know, Bobcat fan club back there.
we got the
That's right.
peanut gallery here
That's
giving
right.
us
That's
answers.
right. You betcha. All
You're
right,
not
this,
supposed to be looking these up on your cell phone.
You know, they are never going to allow us on their show.
I know.
You know that, right?
I know. I don't know if I would blame them for that matter. Best.
He's locking the door. That's great. Another Koji. Terrific. I suppose you're going to bring food into the studio, too.
I was thinking that. I'm like,
Better be
oh,
some-
great. We already have one of those.
It better be some damn good jambalaya too, buddy.
I'm telling you,
Oh.
racist pig.
Oh my God! No, you call him a racist, Mr. Chinks? What are you talking about?
I thought that was great.
Wait for the hate mail to come in. Very good.
Going after the
Should
show.
we wrap this up and go home now?
Yeah, man. Were you Archie Bunker's cousin or something?
telling you.
You should hear what JPEG calls him.
Nothing will top Henry Hill. That's all I got to say. All right, basketball player David Robinson, the general,
The general.
admiral.
He's been out
Right,
of
he
the
was
city.
admiral.
Is he related to Smokey?
He was the admiral, and I think he's been out. Actually, he wasn't an admiral.
He's 64.
Yeah, that was his nickname because he was in the Navy.
Yeah, but he never made
No, that
admiral.
was his nickname.
64.
Like yours is Butthead.
Lucky you
He
made
is-
petty officer too.
All of you
like
a bunch
Big
of
Bird.
buttheads.
He was too tall to be an admiral. I'll say he was 47.
Picked the wrong week to stop sniffing airplane glue.
47.
47.
He's 61.
61.
No, he's 67.
He's 49. You all suck.
What? 2 years away.
Jesus criminy.
It's not terrible.
Listen, if you don't settle down, I'm going to have Axl Rose come in here and kick your ass.
Axl Rose. I like Axl Rose.
Now, I'm going to speak slow here, Cash. You listen faster.
What is going on tonight?
This is a 2-point question.
As opposed to a 2-part question.
Which I've never said. What year did Robert Mitchum die?
Oh. In which movie? Which cowboy movie did he bite the dust?
1977.
No.
77.
No. 86.
84.
How about 1997?
What, he made it that long?
Jeez Louise.
Nobody shot him?
Nobody. He got shot in all those movies.
I swear, that guy was bulletproof.
Oh, my God.
Duck incoming.
Michelle Yao. She was the leading actress. She was the heroine in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Going back.
Bullshit, she was. She was the waitress last week at the Chinks.
She was 53. She's 53.
Dear Lord, please help us.
5'3".
Are you going to confession this weekend?
I might have to.
JPEG, 53.
50.
I'm not sitting next to you anymore, man.
You talked about this earlier today, about the rubbing off effect.
Yeah, I told you, man.
50.
52 for the
53.
cat.
53, 52.
50.
You're all around it, and I'm glad none of you idiots got it. 51. Oh, my God. TV actress Catherine Hicks.
We got a ringer over here. He knows all the answers.
Sex in the City.
Oh, my God. Catherine Hicks, TV actress, best known for playing Annie Camden, the mother and starring role of the hit TV series Seventh Heaven. How old is she turning?
63.
63.
58.
58.
61.
How about 64?
Oh, that's right. I forgot she had another birthday.
Can't get anything by you, I'll tell you that much.
Got another Oriental in there?
I'm trying.
He's trying.
Mao Zedong. No, sorry.
Now,
geez.
he owned the damn restaurant.
Just in case you all didn't know, we're moving to Valley View.
Oh, my God. I don't think we're ever going to join the Asian Chamber of Commerce, that's for sure. I think they'll vote us out. Well, guess what? Mercifully, that does it for this edition of Celebrity Birthdays.
Oh, wow.
I think I want to wish you all a happy birthday again from Vegas Unwrapped, but I'm not really sure. But now it's time for Dates in History. Oh, my God.
Little postscript. I've got to wish Valerie, Gary's daughter, a happy birthday today.
Oh, and Denny
6th.
Griffin.
And
Our
Denny
buddy Denny Griffin turned 70 today.
And one of our beauty gals,
Beauty gal?
yeah, the ones who've been on the show. Victoria's daughter.
Oh,
Tara.
Tara Starr.
Tara Starr.
There you go.
Today's her birthday.
Today's
Kiss
her
that
birthday.
next MC job out the door there.
Jesus criminy. I guess the old saying goes, you get what you pay for around here.
I wonder if I can get back to Empire.
Yeah, I hear they're still hiring.
I got some drug.
90,000 listeners.
90,000 listeners. I see our guests just walked by the window, so I know our next
Yeah, they
guests are here.
kept on walking too, didn't
They're
they?
walking by. They just keep on walking. So, all right.
get 'em.
What year did Russian Tsar Alexei ban foreign haircuts? I don't know what the difference between a foreign haircut and a non-haircut, but that's what it says.
Foreign haircuts or foreign hair cutters?
Haircuts. A foreign haircut.
1879.
1789.
1670.
There you go.
Oh,
We're
my
only a few
God.
years late.
Only a few years. Oh, my gosh. What year did the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia begin its debates? Speaking of debates.
On Cash's birthday.
In what year?
When did they start the debates?
Yes.
1775.
1787, of course.
Of course.
Oh, my God. What are we doing around here? I don't know what we're doing. What year did Cy Young pitch and win his first game?
Thursday.
What year, sir?
Cy Young pitched his first game in 1892.
You're 2 years too late.
Really?
1890 would be the right answer.
Wow.
Yes, yes. Let's see. What year did the French cavalry enter Belgium?
Friday. No. Which time? The first time?
The first time or the second time?
The first time.
The first time would have been in the Prussian War, so 1871.
All right, how about
73.
How about the second time?
1914.
Right on the button, Mr.
There you
Cash.
go. Hey, see? Thank you.
Now he could take a rest because
Check
that's
it out.
the
Our
hardest
guests
work.
are wearing purple shirts.
Look at that.
My other shirts in the. They're not purple. Don't even go there.
It's not.
What color is this one?
It was it that the same one you were wearing
No.
earlier?
No, you know
Oh,
I changed.
see?
You know I changed for the show.
Oh, see.
Well, what color is
you
this
threw
one?
me- That's the nice blue, navy blue.
It's the same color as the one he had on earlier
No,
today.
the other one he had
Cash
was
is
this.
colorblind.
It was this purple.
We were debating all day about the color shirt I was wearing. It's blue. He swears it was purple.
Purple as the day is born.
I'll bring it in on the break.
Okay. No, don't
Jesus.
do that.
No?
No.
You don't want me to prove you wrong in front of them?
Definitely not.
Okay.
Real men wear purple.
That's okay. That's fine. What year did Satchel Paige at age 47
This is lavender.
become
This isn't
oldest
purple.
pitcher to win a complete shutout?
Who was that?
Satchel
What?
Paige.
Satchel?
47 years old, becomes the oldest pitcher to win and pitch a complete shutout.
You want to know when it was?
No, I want to know how many pitches he threw in the freaking game. Yes, I want to know what year it was.
Okay, it was not too late. It was 1953.
1952.
I was going to say 52.
What year was the first case of motion sickness reported in space?
Let's see, the last time I was there.
Wait. I was going to say, you reported it, didn't you?
Motion sickness in space. Maybe that was when they sent the dog up.
Yeah, I can see him coming back.
No, maybe it was the monkey. It was the monkey.
1965.
I'm going to say 1966.
How about 1961?
Yeah, it was the monkey.
You
Oh, yeah,
son
it was
of a gun.
65 when
the
the guy,
monkey, yeah.
when Grissom landed out in
Yes.
the water.
Yeah, and he got sick.
And the Coast Guard picked
he
him
got
up.
sick.
Yeah.
It's the matter. Navy couldn't get there in time.
Yep. Well,
I wouldn't say that in front of a Navy guy. Jeez
Hey,
Louise.
squids don't scare me.
I guess I'm not going to be on his show either.
No, you're
I'm not really doing very well tonight.
No, you're really not.
Maybe I
No.
can get on the plumbing show.
Give it time. They'll suck and not want you in there either. 'Cause, you know, you're out of there.
Jeez.
No, they give it time. They'll realize they don't want you on the show either. I don't know.
Talks about you every Tuesday morning, so they already know what's up.
What year did the damn Yankees close at the Marquee Theater, New York City, after 510 performances?
In one night?
In one night. It was a hell of a run. No potty breaks or nothing.
1959.
1995.
That long, eh?
He's dyslexic.
They were still going then?
You know what? Here's the best part.
They were doing one show a year.
Our guests are
Time
here.
for a commercial?
So it's time for a commercial. Mercifully, that does it for Dates in History. Man, oh man.
I got one and a half. Or a half of one.
Because of dyslexia?
No, because I missed the first part.
No, he's in outer
Artie's sitting
space.
there, he's thinking already.
What am I doing? I know. He's like, what am I? Am I really going to do this?
Well, this is Vegas Unwrapped. This is our show.
That's right. By the way, Adele Poole, half of the pool party.
Yes.
She posted on here that Ted Cruz looks a lot like the Count from Sesame Street on the debates right now.
Nice.
So he must be making one hell of an impression. You are in hour number 2 of Vegas Unwrapped. Unfortunately, we have
help
some
you.
guests that will kind of save us a little bit here in the second hour.
Bring some class and
Decorum.
integrity.
Yes,
and
if not,
decorum into this.
you know what? I'm going to have, well, never mind.
Wow, he's
Yeah,
flustered.
No, I have a couple of lines in my head, but
Oh,
I'm just going to
please.
let them go.
Yeah,
Does
Just
that
gonna
have
let him
anything
go.
to do with Chinese restaurant?
No.
Okay,
Well, the sound effect might.
go for it.
No, I'm not going to do it. Plumbing 101, for all you ever want to know about plumbing, is a show debuting next week. And the hosts of the show, Artie and Beckie White, are here in this very studio ready to talk about it.
Pulamundo.
That's them?
That's them.
That's them.
my
We'll be
God.
back right after this.
Say, Ricky Cash, you don't know when Vince Lombardi died. We're gonna have to find somebody else for your position.
Oh, boy. Welcome back. Vegas Unwrapped. Immersed in hour number 2.
I really like the live audience.
I know this is fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we ought
very-
to do that more often.
Yeah, we'll pick people up off the street.
Yeah, we'll just go down to Star Nursery and pick up George's constituents.
Oh, my goodness. Whoa. Oh, that's nice.
You like that one? Is that good?
Not too bad.
Should have saved for George down at the Home Depot. Might be a better spot for him.
I know, right? That's jeez.
Either way.
All right, next Thursday.
Hey, and that could be their merit system into getting into the.
We're just insulting the hell out of everybody.
I know,
tonight,
this is terrible. Vegas Unwrapped, rcash at gmail.com. Vegas Unwrapped, jpgs at gmail.com. Joining us now, what was I saying? Oh, it's Lex Thursday.
Lex
Thursday.
Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor. Next Thursday from 2 to 3 p.m. right here on this very station, we have a new show called Plumbing 101 with Aqua Plumbing.
What's it about?
It's about how to paint your house. What do you think? It's Plumbing 101.
Oh, that's right.
No, it's everything what you want to know, maybe didn't know you didn't know, but from an educational standpoint, it's going to be things that are going to teach you some basics, some statute laws, etc. I mean, things that will be really good from an educational level. And
how
the
to
new
save
host,
money?
Probably how to save money. Yeah, absolutely. Artie White joins us. Artie White joins us. Becky's here in studio, and she decided while Artie stepped out during the break, he's doing all the talking tonight. So, but Becky is here. She's the co-host of the show. Guys, how are you?
Very good, very good.
Welcome. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Sorry,
guys.
I missed you. Were you at the meeting Monday morning?
I was.
I was not, obviously. So
no, you were not.
I couldn't get there. I was.
He was on the street corner, Rainbow and Trop. He was begging. He was begging.
He was at Star Nursery.
I was doing something Monday. I don't remember what it was. I was getting blood or something.
He didn't miss the first hour. That's for sure.
I did not. Anyway, so next week we get you guys launched off and running. You excited?
We are.
Good. So give our audience a little bit of, give them a little bit about your background and really what they can expect from the show.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about plumbing. And
there you go.
There's some things you don't want to know about plumbing, but you're gonna find out.
Wow. Okay, like.
The things.
I didn't mean to give you a trick question. I'm sorry.
Things not to do would probably be pretty important.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We're going to talk about things not to do. We're going to talk about the dangers of plumbing. Hey.
The dangers of plumbing.
The concept.
Have you ever done a thing that you're not supposed to do that wound up in a plumbing problem?
That's a very good subject. We could have that.
Well, I can tell you what we did.
You do a whole case study at the mesh.
You know the pebbles that you put on the bottom of a fish tank?
Yeah.
Don't put them in the toilet.
No. Put them in the kitchen disposal.
Oh. What? How did they end up there?
I wish I had a video of that.
She poured it into the sink.
Was it run it?
She, the Cammy who better not be listening
anymore.
Because if she is,
sure, blame her.
I am dead meat.
How's that couch sounding tonight?
Oh, feeling much better.
Yeah. Jeez.
The question is, was the disposer running?
Not at the time, but after we ran it 2 or 3 times after that, no longer did it run.
2 or 3 times?
That is not.
I mean, after once when it's going.
I thought that was a fork. I thought that was a fork.
Cash, that is not how you polish rocks.
I am learning something new every day.
Okay, so that's the first tip: how not to polish rocks.
Don't put them in
Don't polish the rocks in your disposer.
Do people do silly things like that?
Well, obviously they do.
No, I'm talking about regular people.
Oh, regular people. Sorry.
We're not talking about regular people.
I'm trying to think of a regular people right about now.
They don't exist. They're like unicorns.
But you're going to share stories of what not to do, how you can say. But it's more than just plumbing. I mean, you're going to share some ideas on different things. I mean, you talked about at one of the meetings that we were at together, even just cleaning the lint out, the lint traps, right? You were talking about that. So you can share a lot of home improvement stuff, not just about plumbing, but plumbing is going to be your main stuff, and you're going to share a lot of that.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about plumbing, and it'll bleed over into other subject matter and things that you should do around your home, or if you own a commercial building, things that you really should be commissioned to doing that you're not probably thinking about doing that can save you a ton of money in the long run.
Right.
What was the biggest clog that you ever had?
A towel.
Really?
Wow. Yeah, an entire towel.
What, beach towel?
Yeah,
or
towel? It wouldn't go, so they just kept jugging it, and when we finally showed up, we pulled an entire beach towel out.
Wow. In the toilet?
Yeah. Yeah, it was good.
And those people get to vote.
You get to vote. Great. But the philosophy of your desire to educate the public also stems from the fact with what you do with your own staff, the requirements you have for your staff to get educated about the industry as well.
Correct.
So they're taking that knowledge out on the street. They're taking that knowledge more than just, how to put a wrench on a pipe. They're taking that know-how out with them, and that makes quite an impression on the client, doesn't it?
It does. It certainly does. Our staff is extremely educated. I'm a school teacher, believe it or not, for the plumbing industry. And when I relearn something from the literature that we read from, the plumbing textbooks, it's amazing the things that I have relearned that you forget. There's no way to remember everything in the code book. There's no way to remember anything in all the plumbing digests that you read. You can't remember all that. The human brain isn't wired for that.
Right.
So if you go over it again and again and again and have continuous education, then your technicians are better prepared to go out and handle the beach towel.
I guess you never reach a point of no return that you educate the public enough that everything is good and you don't get any business.
In plumbing, we really don't want a point of no. We don't want to have that return.
Right. Exactly.
But there's enough stuff that can go wrong in a house, between the hot water heater, a washer, pipes breaking, faucets. I mean, there's enough critical stuff in a house that I don't think anybody will ever be able to cover everything 100%.
No, absolutely not. But we're going to do our level best to educate as many people as we can as to what to look for in their plumbing system that may be a problem in the near or distant future.
So what do you have planned for your first show next week?
Can't tell you.
Why? Is it
He'd
top
have to
secret?
kill you.
It's top secret.
You have a website, right?
We do. We have a website.
And you have a logo on that website?
We do.
Is it a toilet?
No.
What is it?
It's a water drop.
It's a water drop.
Yeah. It's a water drop.
Sure. Oh.
We ask a lot of young people, what's the first thing you think about when we talk about plumbing? And every one of them says
water.
A toilet.
Everyone says toilet.
So we're trying to get away from the toilet aspect of plumbing because there's a lot more in the plumbing world. You go to the hospital and they've got to hook up medical gas to you. Who do you think put that piping in for the medical gas to keep you alive during surgery? Plumbing contractor did that. A plumbing professional did that. And there's just a lot of things in the plumbing world that people don't understand that we're responsible for. When you fire up your stove in the kitchen of your house,
right?
The piping was put into that house by a plumbing professional. So, and people don't know that. The first thing that they think about is a toilet.
And I worked on that toilet joke for a week.
Obviously, you needed to keep working on it.
And it did not come across.
No, it did
Damn
not.
water drop.
Clean, fresh water. That's what it's all about.
Now, you have a couple of slogans for your company.
We do.
Would you care to share them?
I can share those. I like to tell everybody that we rush so you can flush, and if it's brown, it's going down.
There you go. Can't say it any better than that. Did you catch it, by the way, Mr.? I see him thinking.
Yeah.
Would you say it again so he catches it, please?
You want me to do that again, Cash?
Sounds more like the Yellow River by IP Daily. Never mind. I'll be quiet, I promise.
All right, well, imagine this. How many things in your home, when it was built, or apartment, or whatever, was done on a Friday afternoon? And think about what most people do on a Friday afternoon. Oh, I gotta get that later. That's why you need a plumber. Right?
Yeah. It's just like buying a car. You don't want to buy a Monday car and you don't want to buy a Friday car.
That's right. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is the only car you want to buy.
And you can find that out. Normally, there's records that are kept as to cars and houses and what was done on what particular day.
No, you have to pray.
You can get pretty close. You can get damn close, yes.
Wow. Learn something new every
Look at
month,
the
too.
inspection records.
Can you imagine walking into the sales office of a brand new home development and tell them, okay, I don't want a house that had anything done on a Monday or a Friday? Now, you'd have the better house.
Right.
But you'd probably hell finding that house, yes.
That's interesting. So those are the kind of things and other things, tidbits like that we could expect to learn?
Yes, you're going to learn a lot. It's going to be very informative, be a lot of fun.
Can I ask a question?
Sure. No, of course. It's your show.
Thank you. I thought it was ours.
Well, it's yours when you talk.
Okay.
After tonight, I'm not sure whose it is.
So, in a lot of industries, the automobile industry or whatever, if you own a car, it's a good idea to change the oil. There's preventative maintenance things that you can do. Is that the same in the plumbing industry or
Absolutely.
plumbing?
Absolutely. The plumbing system in your house or building is a maintenanceable system.
And that some of the things that you're going to be talking about is maybe some hints on what can I do to my house so that I don't have to call you as often or at all.
Yeah, we're going to start with visual perspectives, and depending on your degree of skill level, whether you should call a plumbing professional today, tomorrow, next week, or if it's a job small enough that you can handle yourself, we're going to talk about all that. Yes.
Is that something that you guys do? I mean, your company, can I call you up and say, can you come out and check my house and see if just...
In other words, a general overall inspection?
Well, I mean, I do it for my AC system. You know, the winter's over, I'm getting ready to crank up my AC, you know, and I call the company that I deal with and say, okay, you know, actually they call me because I've set it up ahead of time. Hey, it's time to check your AC system. You do that same thing in the plumbing industry? Or
we do that, and it's a very... Do you hear that?
We do.
I caught it. I was checking you guys out.
That was shitty, though, Artie.
He's working on his sense of humor, I can tell.
Yes. He doesn't have to work on it. He's got a good sense of humor.
I know. I've heard him speak.
Yeah. I have another book title.
Yeah.
What's that?
Never mind. No, you don't want that.
Number 2?
It's about that one.
Right. Okay.
So
so that is a service that you guys
That's a service
provide.
we do provide, yes.
Cool. All right.
Yes, we do.
Aqua Plumbing's been in town 30 years plus, right?
You know, aqua means water. You know that, right?
No. Wow.
I did not know that.
That was for his benefit.
Oh, for his benefit. Okay.
Aqua does not mean toilet.
No,
It does not mean polish rocks in the disposer.
That's right. How long has the company been around?
We've been around since 2004. We're a family-owned company,
Right.
and we decided there was going to be a need for a lot of service and repair with the building boom back in the 90s and the 2000s, and we hit it spot on.
Mm-hmm. But you yourself, you've been in it quite a long time, though.
Yes, I started my first day on a plumbing job was November 1 of 1980.
There you go.
Now,
So
did you
I knew
train?
35 was in there somewhere.
Did you train for that? Did you go to school for that, or was that something that was the last resort?
I did not have the opportunity to go to any sort of formal plumbing school such as we have today. Truth be told, I was bagging groceries at a grocery store, and a lady approached me and said, "Would you like to come load trucks for my husband's plumbing company?" And then the next day, I was down there learning how to load the trucks properly and all about safety, because that's really the first thing you want to do when you get into a construction field vocation is safety. And then it was just learn something every day. And I worked there 12 years, and in 1992, I opened my own contracting firm.
Now, I'm going to give you a little piece of history regarding Becky. She drives race cars.
Yes, she does.
And one of her sponsors, or one of the organizations that they support through the car, is one that's near and dear for us, Relay for Life.
Oh, really?
Oh, cool.
Yes.
How about that?
So we were talking about when we do our thing with Relay, and you were used to be involved with the one up in Centennial, you said, right? Yes. Which now Centennial doesn't do anymore.
Right.
So
that's because they got rained out.
You
remember that?
That's right. I remember that. We're going to have to connect him with Ray and get him involved with the one that we do with Henderson next year. So
that would be very nice.
Her car's decorated in all the purple, and what would you say is the base color of the car? Like
Purple?
a beige?
Did you say purple?
Wimbledon white.
Wimbledon white, and the purple color of Relay for Life is accented on the car, and a big banner and everything on there. So I told her when it comes time, we'll put a VANR thing on there too.
That would be super.
So that's cool. So we're going to get more support for Relay for Life as well.
Sure, absolutely.
You're getting beaten up for your purple, man. During the break, I'm going to get my shirt.
All right, that's
so
fine.
we can show everybody
Show
how
them the FedEx logo.
Show them. That's right, exactly. But you see, your shirt should be enough for him to, but it's not. He's convinced.
That's lavender.
No, let's go right through to.
But that's
lavender.
But that's
it's
okay.
closer to purple
but it's
than
in the
that
purple
is.
family.
Right,
Then well, he admitted this is blue.
Yeah, but
So-
it's the same color as the
I
other
know.
shirt.
Hey, you're preaching to the choir. So I was asked to go get the shirt. So on break, I'm going to go get the shirt.
Okay.
And
But
you're looking at that.
I'm looking
That's the
to
same
see if
blue.
the same
It's the same shirt.
Okay, I was checking that out.
Did you just say this was blue?
No,
15
that's
minutes
purple.
ago, this was purple.
Purple. No, this is purple.
And I haven't changed shirts.
No, I know exactly.
This is purple.
Exactly. All right. So
Hey, do you go?
Go ahead.
What's the color of the light when you go?
Green.
For you, it is
What's it for you?
brown.
Why is
if
that?
it's brown, it's going down.
That's right.
I go when the light turns brown.
I go. I'm not even going there.
Thank you, please.
Why not? We all seem to be going there.
A little decorum to the show.
All right, so if you don't catch the show live on Thursdays from 2 to 3, you'll catch it on archive. Or, of course, as you know, our shows re-air 2 other times during the week, as well as the fact that the show's going to be video recorded.
Oh, cool. So I'll get to hear all these tips.
So you get to hear all the tips firsthand.
All right.
And then you'll be able to check them out on YouTube
Cool.
as well. So you'll be able to catch
That's if I put them up on YouTube.
Well, they're paying for it, so you're putting it
then
up
I'll
on
put 'em up,
YouTube.
yeah.
So you'll be able to catch
I
all the
respect
tips
that.
and the shows. So if you don't catch it live, that's okay. Just catch it on podcast or through YouTube. I know there'll be a wealth of information coming from Artie and Becky, because you know what? We are not very well versed in that industry, and we're not professionals, but there are some very basic things that as a homeowner we should be aware of. And
there was a period of time in construction in this town not that long ago when there was so much work that if you knew the pointy end of the nail went towards the wood, you were a carpenter.
Wow.
And unfortunately, we were just grabbing everybody we could grab.
Sure.
And you were getting on the job training, and you know, it's like a...
And so started the illegal immigration.
How did we come full circle to this now?
Look at that! Look at the
Shnikes.
Are you still running
Can
into
you just bring up my pod
homes that have
for
the
1
Kitech
second?
system?
I'm gonna.
Yes, we are.
I want to send
Still.
Artie out.
And that's been what, 20 years?
Since '95.
Yeah.
I want to send Artie out with something that is near and dear
He's
to his heart.
leaving already?
Oh, good. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're
Holy crap! What happened
it's
to the
almost
time, man?
it's almost time.
Okay.
This is for you.
You talk too much, Artie.
It's going down, baby.
Yeah. If it's brown, it's going down.
There you go. Good old classic toilet flush. Thursdays at 2, right here in Vegas all night. Man, that's a hell of cash. 2 flushes it needed. Come on, buddy. 2 to 3 on Thursdays. Plumbing 101 with Aqua Plumbing right here on Vegas All Net Radio. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you
We're
for having us.
excited to finally get the show off the ground. I know you are.
Yes, we are.
All right, when we come back, it is that time. News of the weird.
And we're back, Vegas Unwrapped, right here live in the City of Entertainment. The discussions continue on this evening.
We have lost total control tonight. We're all over the place, but it's fun. It's been
When
a good
it
show.
stops being fun, stop.
I was
doing
sitting here thinking earlier, you know what he asked about the...
Wait, he said he was thinking earlier?
Yes.
Cool. Uh-oh.
Don't make me turn your switch off over there tonight. I've had enough of you.
I can
okay?
yell.
All right. I was just thinking about, experts in plumbing.
Yes.
We definitely this group ought to call Artie, because any of us touching plumbing is
Oh,
a
my
major.
God,
I was
I'm
just
telling
thinking
you.
about that. How do you know when you've done one turn too many?
Your shoes are wet.
Yeah, really. Yeah, that's for
Go in
sure.
with water shoes, you're in trouble.
Unbelievable.
So, all right, well, you know what time it is, gents?
Wow,
I never printed them off, did I?
Is
for
it
you?
time for weird news?
I guess I'm stuck reading them all, huh?
Wow,
All right,
we're early tonight.
Yeah, I know. That's right. Well, you know what? I'll read a few stories, then we'll banter and we'll wrap the shindig up.
Okay.
All right. So
Could we have some tropical banter?
tropical. Yeah, we'll do tropical banter. See, we have to do weird news because our guests have been waiting for weird news for 2 hours. That they've
Yeah, I
been
know.
sitting in the studio. So, all right, here we go. Here's a lead
That's
story,
how we get him
guys.
to stay this long.
Yeah, exactly. The lead story
Uh-oh.
under a category called "There's an app for that."
There's an app for that.
An app. Okay, so here you go. Among the health and fitness apps for computers and smartphones are sex tracking programs to document the variety of acts and positions, degrees of frenzy, and lengths of sessions via an on-bed motion detector, of course, and menstrual trackers aimed at males to help judge their partner's fertility, but also her predicted friskiness and likelihood of orgasm. Several have chart and graph making potential for data, like for noise level, average thrust frequency, duration, etc. And of course, the highlight of many of the apps is their ability to create a score to rank performance, even encouraging comparisons across a range of population and geography.
I'm 20.
Take that, Facebook.
I'm 20 years too late. For
Yes,
that.
you are. That's right. Yours would come up, it would say tilt, tilt, tilt.
You going to send me the link?
I'll send you the link on that. Exactly. All right, here's a category under ironies. Here you go.
Ironies.
Ironies. An 87-year-old man taking his license renewal driving test, sounds like cash, in Deerfield.
I was just going to say that.
In Deerfield, Illinois in June, accidentally crashed into the driver's license office.
Nice.
Based on brake accelerator confusion, neither he nor the examiner were injured. An 83-year-old man driving around Cape Coral, Florida in May suffered a fatal heart attack at the wheel, and the uncontrolled car came to rest in shrubbery, ringing the Florida Heart Associates building. Couldn't have better aim if you tried. Wrong place, wrong time. How many of us been in that scenario, right? Wrong place, wrong time?
Oh, yeah.
A court in Lincoln, Nebraska, which had already sent Paul Boyd to prison for at least 10 years for shooting his girlfriend, ordered him in June to cover her resulting medical bills. I think that's only right. The woman had taken a .22 caliber bullet, which left a scar cutting right through her tattoo, reading, "Happiness is a warm gun." Folks, you can't make this stuff up.
You really can't.
A task force of Benton, Arkansas, police and U.S. Marshals tracked down Tyron Watson, age 26, in June after he had spent several days on the lam as a suspect in a shooting. When arrested, he was wearing a T-shirt reading, "You can run, but you can't hide."
Wonderful.
Brilliant.
Did you say Bentonville, Arkansas?
Yeah, where was that?
probably
Yeah, that was in Benton, Arkansas.
Yeah.
Here's another favorite category: least competent criminals. This is right. You love.
Our favorite.
Absolutely. This is under awkward. A 26-year-old carpenter trying to break open an ATM at ICICI Bank in Delhi, India at 2:30 a.m. on July 8th accidentally locked himself in the tiny space behind the machine, used to service the machine safely, and phoned police to rescue him. A carjacker in Omaha.
Been small.
Well, you know, it's India.
That's the adult version of the little kid getting caught in the claw machine.
Exactly.
I suppose you're going to compare him to Cheeks now, huh?
Oh, not me. How dare you talk about the Asian population?
Well, you slam them. You slam the Mexican community tonight. Come on, take some more shots.
Well, here you go. Let's go after the rednecks. A carjacker in Omaha, Nebraska on July 16th commandeered a car from a woman at gunpoint and climbed in. However, according to the woman, she is short and he was very tall, and after fumbling a bit trying to adjust the seat, he gave up, having driven only a few feet and ran off.
I have a problem with that.
Must have been a Prius.
The problem of it is there are no rednecks in Nebraska, man.
All right, under the category of inexplicable.
No.
Yes. Inexplicable. A KPHO TV news in Phoenix featured a local doctor advising expectant mothers against tweaking the result of home pregnancy tests.
Tweaking or twerking?
Tweaking. You know what tweaking means?
Yes, I know what tweaking means.
That's tweaking.
Okay, I thought.
Don't tweak the result of a home pregnancy test. Some women apparently had discovered the magic of photoshopping the pink reading on the home's test strip to take a faint pink line, not a certified pregnancy, to make it bold, pregnant. Although the doctor warns the general hazard of false positives, the 415-word news story does not explain how photoshopping a not positive reading into a positive one improves the likelihood of conception.
Oh, God, help us.
You sure that wasn't Alabama?
Those people can vote.
Those people can vote, exactly.
Aren't you glad you had your kids years ago, man?
Yeah.
Mine worker Joshua Clay claimed in a lawsuit that a foreman had twice taunted him for complaining about conditions by restraining him and spray painting his testicles white.
Oh, yeah!
Clay filed against Kilty Mine in Mingo County, West Virginia in July, alleging that the company had forced him to work on the dirty side of a coal dust conversion machine, a practice forbidden by federal regulations, and that when he complained, he was subject to off-the-books discipline. I'd better be off the books.
Yeah.
Holy shnikes.
I would not like
to be the one holding the brush. Nasty.
How do you spray paint with a brush?
I'm not helping you here, partner.
Help.
No.
Help.
Under the category...
Can I go home?
Yeah.
Can I go home?
Flick painting.
This has been a long day.
No.
Why don't you call some of them darn cheeky friends?
Yeah, smart ass. Dim sum?
Profile in leadership. I should have read this when George was here.
Earlier.
Maryland State Delegate Ariana Kelly was charged with trespassing and indecent exposure in June after she arrived at her ex-husband's home to drop off their kids and learned that his girlfriend was inside.
No.
Wow. According to police, she started banging on the door and ringing the bell repeatedly, and aware that her husband had a camera trained on the doorway, she faced it, exposed her breasts, and shook them, one in each hand, towards the lens. Usually I have to pay to see that. Eventually, she dared an officer to arrest her. The Washington Post reported that Kelly is a member of a legislative task force studying maternal mental health issues.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
How about karma's a bitch for you right there, huh?
I wonder what the kid said.
I'm telling you. All right, 2 more quick stories, and then we're done with weird news.
And then we're done.
We're dead done. Continuing crisis. It's a shame when crises continue. Reuters reported in early July that a big loser in the nuclear pact between Iran and 6 world powers was, since all negotiators have gone home to sell the deal, the brothel industry of Vienna, Austria, which hosted the final round. With so many, male mostly, diplomats in town for 2 stressful months, business had been robust, especially compared to the previous round in notoriously expensive Lucerne, Switzerland. Last but not least, mercifully, this will be the last story. The under news from Wimbledon. This is sad stuff. The All English Club, host of tennis's most hallowed tournament, is formally the All England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club, at which presumably Britain's 11,900 croquet regulars aspire to play. Although the British Open Championship is actually held at the nearby Surbiton Croquet Club, which this year hosted 50 competitors from 4 continents, according to a July New York Times dispatch. The leading U.S. player, Ben Rothman of Oakland, California.
There's no Rothman in Oklahoma.
That's what it says. I know. The tribe really strayed from there, didn't they? Ben Rothman of Oakland, California, the croquet pro at Mission Hills Country Club near Palm Springs, is the reputed world's leader in prize money. You ready for this?
Yep.
$4,500.
In croquet money.
In croquet winnings. And that does it for this week's edition of News of the Weird.
I think you'd have a better chance in Oklahoma.
You'd have a better chance of winning the presidency at that point.
Now you're going to start slamming the Oklahoma people, man.
You know how them
Mr. Cash has left no stone unturned. So
yeah,
he's even offended me.
God, that's hard to do.
And that takes a lot.
That
exactly.
takes something, yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So it's been a great show. We got what do we have left? 4 minutes? 5 minutes?
Yeah, about 4.
All right.
Great. I'll probably get stopped on the way home by a cheap cop.
God, take him down to Valley
I'm not
View.
going over to the buffet with him anymore.
We're done. They're going to have this picture over there.
You go by yourself, man.
If you see this guy, don't let him in. Absolutely.
Listen, I am an equal opportunity lover of all people.
You are not Don Rickles, so I'm just going to tell you that right now.
Never aspired to.
I know Mike Leonetti, and you are no Mike Leonetti.
90,000 listeners. Keep that talk up, man. I'm not going to get my membership to the massage club renewed, man.
And you know what happens to your Ricky Cash membership?
What's that?
All right. So,
hey, I understand we're going to have an opportunity to cut Bobcat's hair here pretty soon.
Yeah, talk about the race coming up September 26th.
Yeah, man, Saturday, September 26th.
This is up their alley. They should be there that night.
Yeah. You know what, Cash? You might have a chance to put her in a car, man. You know what? You won't go up against the wall.
Go-karts?
You know, you like go-karts? No? Oh, no go-karting? Well. Anyhow, we're going to race to save a life. It's the showdown at Sundown number 2 coming up Saturday, September 26th. We'll be at the Gene Woods Racing Facility. And want to thank everybody. And we just got news from the state of Nevada Suicide Coalition is amped up with this. And they've stuck her moniker on this thing for us. So we'll be raising money. Come on out. And yes, if you could beat me, the Bobcat, I will let you shave my head just like Aaron and Ricky's out there.
And they're just like ours. Great. And rumor has it.
Yes.
Phillips and Cash are actually calling this race.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
What are they going to call it?
We're going to call it the debacle at Gene Woods.
Yeah.
No, but we're going to be doing the play-by-play.
I'm much happier calling the race as opposed to being in the cars.
Like we were last time.
Holy
Yes,
wow.
I just stopped physical therapy from the last time we were in the car. It took 3 of us to get him out of his car. Are you kidding me?
Beat the living hell out of him.
But it was fun, though. What did we have? About half a dozen or dozen
We
radio
have
shows out at the time?
dozen from there, and then a dozen of the show hosts and people from the old Van R, but with the new Van R, we think we're going to have a good time
We'll
out
have a
there.
big turnout for that, for
I think so, and we'll be broadcasting all day long, so come out and enjoy it. It's $25 to get in. The money, 100% of this money goes to the Nevada Coalition to prevent suicide and to stop teenage bullying here. 6 kids in our county have taken their life this year, and this is way too many.
6 too many.
It's just way too many.
Absolutely.
This is our future, and we've got to get an anchor on this. So come on out and have a good time with us. Saturday, September 26th, Gene Woods Racing Facility, 121 East Sunset Drive, right by the
breaking
airport.
the equipment already?
Yeah. It's all right. We'll send him a bill on his first thing.
That's right.
We can do that there.
All right. So that's cool. We're looking forward to that. Is that before or after your surgery?
2 days before.
Okay. So you're the 20. Why did I think
28th.
the 22nd?
28th.
So what's the 22nd?
That was the last surgery.
Oh,
date.
that was the last schedule.
Right.
And how long are you going to be out after surgery?
I don't know. It depends on how long the rehab takes.
Just enough time for me to replace them. All right. Want to thank George Miklos for coming in the first hour. Presidential candidate. Check out the podcast if you missed it live. He's very energetic about what he does, and we wish him the best, whatever his results are. Want to thank Artie and Becky for coming in. They're excited to get their show launched next Thursday, 2 to 3 p.m. right here, Plumbing 101. And we want to thank our studio audience.
Wow. Can you imagine? Let's give them a big hand.
Absolutely. They stuck it out all 2 hours.
You want to identify them?
All right. You want to?
No. Please.
Who doesn't want to be identified? Here. How much time do we have?
Oh, you got a minute.
All right. We have Anthony J., who is a veteran of this industry.
Yes, he is.
Miriam Martinez, who is going to be a veteran of this industry, starting a show hopefully next month. And her daughter, what is it? I knew that. Christine. I was thinking Christine or Krista. Christine.
Christy.
It is Christy.
Christy.
Oh, I thought you said Christina.
Like you guys get it right. Come on.
Anyway, so they've got a show coming up in September.
Who's the other one over there?
Oh, the other one. Well, I said that's Becky. I introduced her during his segment.
Really?
Yeah, 3 times.
Boy, John.
Pay attention to the show, will you?
Take your naps earlier.
Music show coming in on Fridays, hopefully coming October. And a show about how to raise funds, GoFundMe, and all the good causes that are out there to support.
Guess who's doing Up All Night this weekend?
The ladies of On Pit Road Racing.
I bet they are.
Yeah, they'll be here, buddy.
Have a great week, everybody. Thank you for listening. Check out the podcast. Great shows. Check out the website for all that's happening. Gentlemen, be kind to each other. Why is that?
That's all we have.
Have a great week, everybody, from Vegas Unwrapped.